In a world that constantly changes, what if the only constant is suffering? The idea may seem bleak, but it's the cornerstone of one of the most influential philosophers of the 19th century, Arthur Schopenhauer. Born in 1788, Schopenhauer's philosophical journey began with an influence from Immanuel Kant's philosophy of understanding the world. He believed that our perception of the world is a mere representation, shaped by our personal and subjective experiences. As he delved deeper, Schopenhauer found himself intrigued by Eastern philosophies, specifically Buddhism and Hinduism. He saw parallels in their teachings about the nature of suffering and the cycle of desire and disappointment. Thus, he formulated his own philosophy, the pessimism which contends that life is fundamentally filled with suffering. Schopenhauer's central idea revolves around the concept of will, a blind, irrational force that drives all living beings. This will, as he called it, is the root of all our desires, actions, and sufferings. We are slaves to it, and it is this servitude that brings about our misery. As his philosophy evolved, Schopenhauer proposed that the only escape from this perpetual suffering is through art, morality, and asceticism. He saw art as a way to momentarily transcend our will-driven existence, offering a brief respite from our desires and sufferings. Morality, according to Schopenhauer, arises from compassion, which is an awareness of the shared suffering that all living beings endure due to the will. Asceticism, the denial of desires, he saw as the ultimate way to achieve freedom from the will and its induced suffering. In the later years of his life, Schopenhauer became more focused on the idea of denial of the will. He proposed that by renouncing desires, one could attain a state of tranquility and peace, a concept reminiscent of nirvana in Buddhism. To summarize, Schopenhauer's philosophy begins with the idea that our world is a subjective representation. It evolves into the concept of will as the driving force of all life and suffering. He posits art, morality, and asceticism as escapes from this suffering, with the ultimate liberation coming from the denial of the will itself. Though his philosophy may seem gloomy, it's a sobering reminder of the shared human condition, the universal struggle against suffering, and the quest for peace. This is the essence of Arthur Schopenhauer's philosophy, a journey from understanding the world to transcending its inherent suffering.